For a couple of years now, I've been talking about animation in that little intro. This is actually the first bit of animation that I'm doing. Hi guys, my name is Joe and welcome to Fighting Words, the martial arts library. On this channel I review martial arts books and talk about other martial arts related topics. This is a segment I call Media Fight Monday. So I take a fight scene from movies, television, animation, etc., and I break down the action and give it a grade based on realism and storytelling value. For a couple of years now, I've been talking about animation in that little intro. This is actually the first bit of animation that I'm doing. This is from a series called Animated Classics of Japanese Literature. This is from a three-part episode of Sanshiro Sugata, which was a novel by Tsuneo Tomita, and it follows a guy who travels to the city to learn Jujutsu, and he winds up learning Judo. This is set in the 1880s, I believe, so right with the birth of Judo. In this scene, he has fallen in with a rowdy group of Jujutsu stylists who are planning on ambushing the local Judo instructor. So he kicks the rickshaw driver in his knee, sends the Judo master flying, but he lands on his feet. The first guy goes in with a punch, and he looks like he counters with tomoe nage, or stomach throw, or circular throw as it's sometimes called. He just grabs and pushes that guy aside before kicking him in the water. Third guy comes in. Fourth guy, woo! Okay, so the third guy gets another tomoe nage. Fourth guy comes in, gets a foot sweep. I can't think of the name of it right now. And after seeing a bunch of his buddies get dumped, that guy's still like, I can take him. So the judoka has taken off his jacket. Bad guy moves in. I think. Alright, they come to grips. It's interesting. He's driving him forward. I think that's a yoko wakare, which is a side separation throw. And the master comes in while he's on the ground and basically gets mount, and he's going for a collar choke. And it gets reversed, and now I don't know if that's a specific move, but he's stretching his arm out. That's basically the end of the fight. He embarrasses the master jumps in the water with all of his students. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit brief. Unlike the other Media Fight Mondays, I don't really have a lot to add when it comes to the actors and the choreographer, because I can't even find the information on the voice actors for this. But let's go ahead and hit into the grading of this fight scene. It is very authentic to Judo. I think the idea of catching punches out of the air, not particularly realistic. For the most part, every move that was animated is something that you would find in Judo and traditional Jiu-Jitsu. If he wasn't catching punches out of the air, I might give it an A+, but I'm still going to give it an A. That was pretty good. Storytelling value, in professional wrestling terms, this is what would be called a squash match. It's basically done to show how strong this guy is. So they threw like 5 or 6 dudes at him, including the master of the school, and none of them really could do anything to him. Even the one guy that was like pushing him back toward the water was reversed immediately. And that's sort of one of the concepts of Judo is, give the guy a little push, and as he resists, take his momentum and use it for a throw. The master had him dead to rights in a choke, and he was able to reverse and, put him in a vulnerable position. So it's not telling a long story. It is showcasing some of the techniques of Judo. I think that is going to be part of the storytelling process for the entire series. C plus, I think it did. I think it did its job well, which was showcasing how good this guy is compared to the other folks, but the action itself doesn't really tell an evolving story. Short little clip. I hope to be getting into more, animation and even maybe some cut scenes from video games in the future. Anyway, if you have a suggestion for a video for Media Fight Mondays for a fight scene, if you would care to donate to my Ko-fi account, I'm going to put a link to that in the description. And I want to thank you for following along with me. It would really help the channel if you would subscribe and hit the notification bell and leave a comment if you like. And just let me know your thoughts on this particular fight scene. I know it was brief, but is there anything that stood out to you about it? And if you can remember the name of that foot sweep, please let me know. Anyway, that's all I have. Gonna have another Media Fight Monday up in a couple more weeks, so keep an eye out for that. And thanks for following me again, and I'll see you later.